You started off and
All
ask
right.
us questions.
Yes. So here we go. We're sitting out on the patio eating
not double dipping.
guacamole, and Heather is not double dipping this wonderful guacamole that Christy made. It is fucking amazing.
Okay,
It's
get a
the
shot
shit.
of the guac
We
before
gotta
it's
get
gone.
a shot of the guac before it's gone.
Guac shot.
That's
gratuitous
like,
guac shot.
Guac shot. Not a crotch shot.
Not a crotch
Not
shot.
a crotch
But a
shot.
guac shot.
But a guac
Yeah,
shot.
you have a seat right here.
Exactly. So anyway, so Christy's got to start telling us what did we do on Tuesday? Tuesday was a huge day.
Yes, so it ended up being a bonus because we couldn't do the snorkeling trip we originally had planned the prior day. So our backup plan was Rio Secreto.
She said that great. You said that great, by the
I
way.
like that. I'm getting my Spanish on.
You're eating Cheetos while there's guac?
I love Christy's guac, and it's very, very good, but I'm not a huge guac fan. So I had several chips with it.
And so
And
the
I moved
cenotes, the cave,
More
the
people
underwater
do
cave
too,
with the
don't
secret river.
No, I do not.
We got a little education
No.
on the formations of the cave,
And
the
Roman was
stalactites, and the
awesome.
Roman was
Roman.
awesome. He was a hot.
And who was Roman?
He was our guide.
He was
our
our-
really hot, sexy guide. That was he's French, but it's been over here. Let's see. He started out as a journalist, then
Yes.
he was a school teacher.
Yes.
Now and he helped map the caves.
He did help map the cave.
That was really cool.
And
And he mapped the route that we were on.
Yes.
That's right. So that made it a lot more safe for me. I felt a lot safer knowing that the fucker that had mapped the shit was actually our guide and
And
tow
we
truck
had
driver.
to wear wetsuits and helmets with lights.
And it was a good thing we wore helmets.
We were like,
Absolutely.
we were real spelunkers. We went spelunking.
How long is this supposed to be?
I don't know.
All right.
And we went through almost a mile worth of cave and formations, and there was a little bit of wildlife in there. We had catfish and blind fish, which eat these itty bitty tiny little shrimp,
Which we actually saw one
which
of.
we did see one of. Oh, and George.
George.
George,
The Gracie
tell
Gross
Heather,
spider.
tell him,
That crawled all
tell him who
over
George,
her.
tell him who
Talk about
George
how brave
was.
you were, hey Jay.
There was a cave spider, and his name was George. And he had like really long legs. And nobody else was putting out their arms, so I said, I'll put out my arm. And I let this big spider
He
crawl out
crawled
my arm.
all the way up her arm
All the
and
way
across her shoulders.
It's
and
see
then
the
It's
sea
probably,
spider.
what,
Is
it's
that-
probably like this?
I don't remember the
Like
word.
this big?
with his legs and tentacles
Yes.
and everything. The body was only about, body was only about like
a
that.
daddy long one.
Yeah.
But similar. And then what was very interesting about him was
sorry.
that,
Those are the chips.
spiders have 8 legs, but this guy's front legs had turned into like tentacles, feelers,
Long feely antennas.
to find his food in the dark cave. So
Which
I
are
found
tiny
that
little
very interesting.
ants that came down on the tree roots, which kind of like percolated on down through the limestone. And that's how they fed.
It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. And
And Mike had to get dragged
I had
through
to
the
get, yes,
water.
I had to get, well, as we know, I don't swim so well. I'm good at sinking, but I don't swim so well. But we had life jackets on, so I couldn't sink even if I tried. They tried holding my head under the water for a time, but
We did not.
They did not. But I got to be, but I couldn't swim because the water was so fucking deep. It was pretty deep. You couldn't.
I
you
think
couldn't
he
touch
was
bottom.
only claiming not to know how to swim so
No.
he could touch Roman.
That could be. That could be. However, Roman told me. He dragged me. I laid on my back and he dragged me. Clearly,
Give you a reach around?
I did. Yeah. So he would drag me around, and then I was, and then that was
Oh,
really cool.
and then when we turned off all the flashlights,
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
it was 100% dark, silent, and you're just bobbing in the water, almost like you're in a sensory
I would like
deprivation
to take
chamber.
credit for that, by the way.
You should
Yes,
take
that
credit
was
for that.
that was Heather's idea. She told him. She said,
That
"Hey,
in Mammoth Cave.
yeah." And she gave him the idea, and he's like, "Well, let's do it."
He was
And
very
they
cool.
did it. Yeah.
So we all had,
Yeah.
he made us all like stop and float on our backs. and turn off our lights.
Yep.
It was amazing.
That was what we did in Mammoth Cave.
Yeah.
Because you
Did
couldn't
that
even,
with her. Yeah, you can't see.
you can't see
We're
nothing.
on Michael's YouTube on this.
That's all right.
Let's
That's
get
all
it
right.
together,
That's all
guys.
right.
Focus.
So then after
It's
the
a panel
You're the
discussion.
that's right. We're the panel that's
I will be the
discussing.
moderator and put
moderator,
us back on
that's
track.
That's right.
In the middle
She's
of the
she's
thing, but-
she's in charge.
What?
Ended up in the middle of the.
And then we had a
directly across
lovely,
from the first
authentic lunch afterwards,
And
like a
nobody got
Mayan-inspired lunch.
That's right.
With some hot sauce that almost killed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all-
And
Oh, and we had hibiscus
It was the green
juice.
stuff we
Hibiscus?
had at the lunch today.
It was super
Yeah.
hot.
It was super hot.
And then, and afterwards, that's right,
oil.
the celebratory shot is a
Oh, that's
local Mayan
so
alcohol,
good.
which is essentially an alcohol made with honey from Mayan bees, which is one of the major industries, and anise liqueur. And it was surprisingly good, so we all did a shot afterwards.
And then we all did another one.
And then we did another shot. And
They did another one. I didn't do another one because
Did you do one?
I did one,
You
but I
did
didn't do
one,
a second
yeah.
one. But I have opportunities to do more. Why is that, Christy?
oh, well, I'll tell you why, Michael. For the low price of $65.
That's right.
We were able to get a USB drive, or well, actually a CD.
It turned out to be a
Of
disc.
all of the photos because there was a cave photographer that went with us.
That's right.
And if you bought the package,
It was
you
on that
also
page.
got to get a souvenir of either a hat or a shirt or a bottle
We'll figure it
of
out.
this yummy, delicious
Yeah.
liqueur.
And so we have
We
proof
lushes.
of Ramon floating Michael through the caves. Because
Those
there are
Tilling.
pictures to
Posted
follow.
Tilling. Yeah, you
Pictures
could
to
get
follow.
those
To be
pictures.
posted.
That's right. That's right.
TBP.
That's right. TBP.
Which is different than.
And that was only the first half
And
of
that
the day.
yes, that was only the first part of the day. Then
Should we take a break before we start talking about surf? Or do you want this to be one big ass long video?
I think we should take a break
think
because
we
it's
should
already
take a break.
7.5 minutes.
And I need
so
a drink.
She needs a drink. All right, we are taking a break before we move to part 2 of
Stay
Tuesday.
tuned.
Stay tuned. We're going to commercial.
Oh, wait.